So this is just a quick recap of the gold trade I took today. This is basically how it was when I first saw it this morning. This is a 15-minute chart of gold. So I got to the chart about 5:30 a.m. Eastern this morning, and this is where we stood. And you know, it does look a little bit of a mess. You know, you'd be thinking that it's definitely you'd want to hop on a buy at this point. But what I saw, let's just move this on so you get the full chart. So that's the completed chart. So when I first looked at it, I recognized just by eye something I like to see on the charts. Let me just put the annotations on there. And that is the fact that these lows here were taken out. There was a previous high here which had taken out these highs, and then they came down and took out these lows and reversed off the situation pretty quickly. So you already know that this is a fairly powerful area right here where this reversed from. As I watched the chart, it started backing up down here. We got to about 1904, just under 1904, 1904.30. I started taking buy trades, which was right in the middle of this big red candle here, which, you know, on the face of it seems a little crazy. So I was buying lots all the way down this candle. I always thought that possibly it would come back to this area here, test this area, because we'd formed some lows here, and I thought that as well as this taking out these lows, there might be a dip down to take out these lows as well, catch all the people that had longs here and stops below here. So but anyway, I was taking buy orders from here down simply because if it only came to here, you know, I didn't want to get left behind as it went north. I was fairly sure, I was 90% sure that with this setup that it was going to be a buy for gold today. Anyway, so of course I was going into drawdown with some of these trades, but I kept adding lots, and then I did, I think, say at one point on the live session that I was going to, if it went to 1898, 97, around that area, I was going to buy some more lots, which it did. It kicked right into a fib here. If you take the low here to the high, and it backed right up into my little area, which I like to, if I can. I consider it great value if I can get to 79%, somewhere between 70 and 79%. The reason for that is I'm buying at a decent price, and also if it carries on going, I don't have a huge stop loss, although in this case I would have been into substantial drawdown with the trades I had already taken up here. Anyway, just bearing in mind it taking out the lows, I was fairly confident that we were going up, which subsequently it moved off this area very, very quickly. I think in that one 15-minute candle it backed up there, so I was in substantial profit, and then we just took off to the north. It's actually backed up a little bit now. If I take this fib off and then put another fib on from this high to this low, so we're looking at this 15-minute range here where it took out structure here down to where it took out structure here. You can see that it actually reached up today right into again 79% retracement of this drop, and there's been a definite reaction off that. I'm still fairly confident that we're probably going up. I'm going to hold trades. I've taken off enough money to be able to have my other trades at break even and not be able to lose anything now. So if it does back up and take me out at break even, I won't lose anything. but I'm hoping for a much bigger trade. Something like 70 or 80% of the time between Monday and Wednesday New York session, the high or the low of the week will be formed. So there's a question mark over whether this ends up being the low of the week. I'd obviously very much like it to be, because I'm still holding long trades. If we get past tomorrow New York session, ideally for me, I'd like to have seen it take out these highs. Let's just take this fib off. I'd like to see it take out these highs by the New York session tomorrow, or just after the New York session. That to me would probably say that this may end up being the low of the week, which would be an ideal situation for me, because if that's the case, I will try very much to hold on to this trade right through to sort of Thursday if I can, and see if we can make a big trade out of nothing. But yeah, so that's just a quick recap of the gold trade for today. If you take those annotations off, it just looks like a mess. The other confluence I had at the same time, let me just put those back on. I also saw that it really was channeling up here. If I just mark that in there, price is channeling up, and this had come right into an area which could have been the low of the channel based off these two lows here. That's where I took the channel based off those two lows. So it gave me a little more confidence that this might put in a low for the day. We obviously did kick right back down into the 79% retracement, but that to me just made me even more bullish when it did that, and off we went to the races. Okay, so I hope that helps.